that's cool, dude. Shoot, if you like it, I love it. Just don't turn my water off when you see me start bubbling. Kill yourself, bro. You ain't built for this life. Mix my days with my nights.
Back to the barbershop, getting cut and some trim. Who drunk the apples? Who's dripping down in your avenue? Gun pop off, bodies take off. The armor, transform the transformer. Hits the true performer. Use a bench warmer, possibly informer. Such a cliche story with all the glory.
Black lives matter to you wanna shatter the black life down the street and watch his blood splatter. What's the difference if the ops did it or if the cops did it? Oh, I get it. We need somebody.
My attitude is on geyser, nigga, and I'll explode in a minute. No, I'm not in my feelings, bitch. I go crazy, get the trip. Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen. Yeah, I'm a switcher. Give him the ball cause he feelin'. Most of the shots I be switching. Rondo number 9.
Yo, what up? We back with another edition of the best podcast you never heard of, the Conceited Nobody, episode 162. You already know who I am, it's Latour, aka Dark Skin Thanos, aka Heartthrob Harrison, aka The Commodity. You already know how we do, man. Damn, I feel off. My intro felt like it wasn't shit today, nigga. I felt bad. Hey.
You gotta come straight down the middle now. Don't lay it. You gotta come straight down the middle, don't lay it.
I don't know what it was. I didn't feel that same spunk I usually have. But you already know how we do. We here with my right hand man, the man with the master plan on to make it happen. Motherfucking Renaissance Juvvi. How you feeling, champ?
Man, feeling good. I don't know what day of training camp I'm on, but I'm about to move the motherfucker ass.
Straight up. There it is. Somebody's getting beat up soon. We ready. I'm so shitty, man. I'm in a motherfucking rush. I forgot to turn my phone on, do not disturb and shit. Somebody gonna call that motherfucker, fuck up the recording. Anyway, you already know how we do. Fuck. Hey, I'm so fucking unprofessional today, man. I feel like I should be a sad. Somebody should be sitting in the tree 200 yards away and pop my ass. Get me the fuck up out of here. Out here fucked up. But without further ado, man. First off, we ain't got our intro. Jason, he out negotiating power moves and shit. Jason said he had to go talk up to Helium. Talk about some comedy shit, man. He got some trying to get on some kind of tour. Okay. So Jason, he definitely not in the middle of the day with us physically, but check Jason out and go Jason on. That's one thing. With that intro, without that intro, we ain't shit.
It's a layup, man.
Intro, we ain't shit, man. That's why the fuck I'm all the way off, man. I knew I got the camera rolling too fast, man. Something was off. But we do have a special guest up in here, man. To my left, we got the motherfuckers, Skypp.
Yeah.
Hold on, man. I feel like I'm supposed to put some sauce on this shit. Like, ain't shit going right. My motherfucker, hey, listen, man. I'm out here failing. But listen, we got Skypp in this motherfucker, man.
Sir, what he do?
Hold on. King Indiana. Hey, King Indiana Skypp. MC extraordinaire. It's a pleasure to have you on the show.
My pleasure to be here, man.
You are on episode 162. We always try to find the significance in the number. We failed to find a significance. We're down on 162 means Skypp.
Yeah, the significance is here, right here.
That's what's up. How you feeling though?
Everything is everything, man. I'm feeling good, man. Just blessed to be alive another day and able to progress every day, man. It's a blessing.
Hey, that's what's up, man. You really can't top that. I was gonna try to see what I can say better than that. You know what I'm saying? I'm blessed I can walk fast. Try to outdo him and shit, but hey, yeah.
You still got one.
Hey, yeah. Real shit. We got a lot of shit we're gonna talk about today. We definitely gonna recap Snowfall, the season finale, which could have been a series finale.
Snowfall?
Nah, I ain't never watched that.
What?
Yeah, I ain't never watched Snowfall. I ain't really big on TV shows, man.
I feel it.
I watch a lot of movies, but I don't really get into TV shows. They take up too much time, man.
See, I don't watch movies, but I watch, I got a short attention span. I ain't gonna say I got a short attention span, but I don't know, there's something about movies and being so long, it's like, I'm about to watch this. So if I watch the movie, I thought it was really gonna be good, or it was good, or it was like somebody else gonna watch it.
It's the opposite for me, because I watch movies because they ain't as long as TV series. TV series is what, 12 episodes, an hour a piece, and I'll be like, that's too much time. Like,
See, I'm a boxer, we fighting spurts.
yeah, that's a fact.
You know, so
That's a
it's
fact.
spurts.
I can dig it though. Very dang. But I did watch, the only TV show I watched recently was what's that new one that just came out, the black family getting tormented by the racist white people, Them or Us or Us.
What the fuck?
You watched that?
Somewhere around
Did you
there,
watch
yeah.
that? It was Us, yeah.
No, Us was the movie. I forgot what it was called though.
It was like Them and They or
I think it was Them.
You said this was a TV show?
Yeah, the one that just came out on Amazon Prime.
Was it good? I heard, you know what, now that y'all talking about, I did hear
It was decent.
I'm a movie and a television watcher, avid. I feel like I'm a connoisseur. I like good TV, good movies. Snowfall has been my most favorite show of all the recent shows. This season, we've had our ups and downs. We've had a weird relationship with this show. It's the first season that showrunner and creator John Singleton wasn't a part of. He, of course, passed away last year. It was up and down. I think it's a good show that had bad moments.
Yeah.
As opposed to the show that I was watching before this. Did you ever get into Power?
Nah.
Power was a bad show that had good moments. So that's the distinguishing between the two. This it was real cinematic to me. It seemed like it had movie tones. What I mean by that, it didn't seem too television-y, if that's a word, or if it's not a word, it is now. And what I mean by that, it's like it was theatrical. The way it ended and shit, the dialogue, the scenes and shit. They wiped out everybody. When I mean theatrical, the scene between Louis, Jerome, and Scully in the hospital, that didn't seem like something that was meant for television. It seemed like some movie shit. They had the weird foreshadowing with Jerome looking at the blood leaking from Scully, and just to dial it back a little bit. Even the shootout with Franklin in the house, him and his father, and Scully's father got popped. That weird ass Richard Pryor nigga. That goofy guy.
I knew I said they like Richard Pryor.
Yeah. I hate how they did his character, man. They really did terrible this season, how they marginalized what could have been a good character. They took away his masculinity. They you can tell they bought into the divine feminine in this episode, how they overpowered women. Louis has a bigger influence than she should. His mother had a bigger influence than she should. Even the Connie Chung reporter, it was all fucked up. Far from that standpoint.
I wonder if they be telling that nigga either like Richard Pryor. Like it's pretty
Somebody want to live from Sunset Strip. They go in there and cry. They even did a disservice to the Black Panthers and how. See, if you seen this, man, it's a fantastic show. If you get a chance, even if you don't, it's a show that's based on 1980s crap here. Like the genesis of it is focused around Franklin Saint, who they say is inspired by Rick Ross. You familiar with Rick Ross? Yeah. He was consulted by John Singleton to get this off the ground, and John Singleton told him, "You get the fuck away from me after you figured it out." And
I think I saw Rick Ross speaking about he wanted to sue John Singleton for something about his story being told and not getting paid or something.
Rick Ross did everything but jump up and down and clap when John Singleton died. Rick Ross showed no motherfucking gratitude. Little nigga, you know, some niggas die. That's just basically how it was, you know what I'm saying? Somebody car crash, some people plane crash, some people. But
that's crazy.
Back to this particular episode, I'm trying to believe, I can't remember how I kicked off. Cause I feel like I watched it a year ago. I don't feel like I watched it fresh. How
many seasons they had?
This was the fourth one, correct? Yeah, they said this is the fourth one. They had read off. Just go for, I'm just gonna talk about the season. What characters I like, which ones I didn't, which storylines I like, which ones I didn't. Franklin, one of the saving things about this show is the dialogue. I call it mixtape dialogue. Cause when you hear dope ass quotes and she like, I'm put that before a song. You know what I'm saying? It's that kind of cool shit. How Franklin went and talked shit to old girl who was in Texas at the end he talked this shit to her. The episode before that, when he told them motherfuckers, I'm the one who got us in this, I'm gonna get out this shit. We won't give a good review because I don't have no notes and shit. I can't remember exactly what I at the end. What the fuck? At the end, what I didn't like is how he talked. First off, I didn't understand Louis and Jerome wanted to break off. I did not understand that the least bit. Them breaking off one, and then setting up for the next season and shit. Which
it didn't really make too much sense.
I'm thinking that it's gonna set up for them to be the rivals. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's one thing. And Louis is his aunt and uncle. Louis Drum is his aunt and uncle. He was the one who got him getting that paper, whatever. I didn't like that. I definitely didn't like how he talked to Leon. When you in a position of leadership, we heard several times family and business don't mix. Especially in the dope game. We've seen this historically and even on television. It's always, you get your mama, they tell you you're gonna lock your mama up. You know what I'm saying? That's how they get niggas snitch. Shout out to Rayful Edmonds, anybody familiar with that? They like, we gonna lock your mama up, your aunt, your grandmother, all this shit. Or is friends, the separation of friends. And it always takes me back to this song, One of the Best of Both Worlds, with Jay-Z and R. Kelly. Where Jay-Z had a quote at the beginning of one of the songs, he was like, you never understand like the gravity or the level of a friendship or the disdain between friends until they both got money. And he said, because when it's a need-based relationship, you never know true feeling. Like, say, for instance, you got a bunch of money and shit, and I'm dependent on you and shit. I gotta cater to your emotions and shit if I'm trying to ride the gravy train and shit and stay, whatever. So where both of y'all have money, there's no repercussion to fuck you. You know what I'm saying? So if you got money, I got money and shit, and you can't control me with yours or vice versa, I'm gonna say fuck you if I had to.
Right.
So, and this is the same sense with Leon. Leon getting a little bit of money, but he don't have Franklin money, and Franklin still had that power over him, to where he was able to tell him, Leon, we seen Leon character arc to where he's accidentally shot the little girl. He lost his closest friend, the big dude. Even the other dude, he lost both his buddies. Both his buddies he's hustling with, and now he want to get out the game, but this is supposed to be a homeboy y'all came over. He telling, nah, nigga, you ain't getting out the game. We in this shit together. And you so attached to him that you just gotta sit there like a little retarded ass little boy and shit and take that talk. I feel like I'm missing so much, man. I ain't gonna dwell on this fucking episode too much today. Anything that stood out for you in this particular episode or this season? And are you looking forward to season 5?
Man, yeah, just like you said, man, just how they really was trying to paint each character's personality, like where they was trying to go with everything. Because it kind of seemed like they was like shifting people to like create a whole nother story. You know, like you said, create a whole nother storyline with Jerome and them trying to, you know, lead like it's like, you know how close they was or she was to Franklin. You know what I mean? And you know, then for Franklin be talking to Leon like that as opposed to like, you know how they've been dealing with Leon all these past 3 seasons. You know what I mean? Right. So I think he had some kind of, especially with his mom and his father leaving, you really thought he had some kind of compassion to the family that he got right now. So it's like you said, it should be like something always be like, what y'all doing for real?
And one thing they are trying to paint Franklin as a villain. They setting him up to be this ultimate bad guy, in which I'm not adverse to because we have had too much glorification of drug dealers. You know what I'm saying? To where we root for the bad guy. We root for drug dealers, stuff, the person polluting the community. It's based on a different reason. One, because we identify. You know what I'm saying? Just 2 years ago, he was in the LD class. Shit, they laughing because he couldn't read. Shit, now he got a brick. He's out here the most popular nigga in the world. And we just like, that's easier than fucking going to Harvard. You know what I'm saying? So it's something it's relatable, but we are doing this in hindsight where this is the 80s. And so even with the theatrical moments, realistically, Franklin wouldn't have got this whole situation unscathed. He either went to jail, got shot, killed, something, but for the sake of TV, they got to keep it going. they are saying about to be the villain in the next season. His father got killed. He got lit. I don't know how the fuck he thought he was gonna kill him and just chill him. You know what I'm saying? It's some weird shit going on. But what else we got on deck, man? Just tapping this real quick. Shout out to Shock G, West Coast G-Funk hip hop pioneer, commonly known as Humpty Hump to the old heads. We remember the Humpty dance. It was our chance to do the hump. We used to get busy and shit. I used to think that Shock G was the West Coast generic version of the East Coast Biz Markie. As far as just being a humorous rapper or anything. Y'all fuck with Shock G, This on the Ground? I know ain't nobody saying I'm pumping This on the Ground and shit like that, but y'all familiar?
Yeah, we're familiar. It's just a little younger though.
Yeah. But when I say Biz, I'm gonna tell y'all some real shit. I don't mean to take away from Shock G's moment. But go back and listen to some old Biz Markie. People think Biz used to have some hard ass shit. Nobody beats the Biz, of course the Vapors. The Vapors are all-time classic and shit.
I heard that name a lot, but I don't think I ever.
Go listen to that shit. Go listen to that shit.
That's Shock G.
Yeah,
I know that song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people know that this was the group that made Tupac popular.
Yeah,
Or exposed into the public, Digital Underground. What same song that was one of Tupac's first earlier verses? Y'all ever fuck with that?
Was Digital Underground?
Yeah, same song.
I may have heard it.
That shit.
Oh yeah.
Pop got off on that motherfucker. Shock G, he got one of the most memorable verses in hip hop too. Though on I Get Around. You can cease and decease with the tricks. I'm just another black man caught up in the mix. He got busy on that motherfucker. He 57 years old. They said he died of a heart attack in a hotel in Tampa.
That's tough.
It's crazy how people,
bro.
Yeah, it's crazy how people be dying of heart attacks in hotels. Like that shit's becoming common.
Yeah.
For them to be by themselves in a hotel dying, that shit be strange to me. If you just think off top, that's how Pimp C went out. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go out in the hotel by myself. You know what I'm saying? That shit weird to me. Shout out to him. He did leave a legacy. It's been a rough April for rappers. April like the goddamn haunted house for rappers right now. It was DMX, Black Rob, which we didn't even get to get into Black Rob pause last week. There was Whoa, one of the best hip hop songs in history. Whoa, man, you put that on and work out and shit, repeat and get hype or whatever. Black Rob was fantastic storyteller. Me and Juvvi was talking off air, and I told him that if we sat back and thought about rappers who died in the last 2 years, it's a hell of a list. I'm talking about it'd be a hell of a fucking compilation mixtape. You know what I'm saying? Jim Jones recently said that rapping is the most dangerous job in the world.
I think Boosie said that first.
Did he?
Yeah, Boosie
You know what? I lied on Jim Jones. I lied on Jim Jones. Boosie said that.
Yeah.
And I think Jim Jones may have echoed it. But
Yeah, right.
definitely, I think it definitely was Boosie. And when he first said it, I'm thinking, how? But when I listened to the context of it, they talk about how everybody know you,
Bro.
and you don't know the people, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, bro, I'm nowhere near on any of that level, and I deal with it.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine what it's like for them.
And when
bro.
you say you deal with it, what it exactly do you? I get what you're
just
saying, but
like
I just want to.
just older friends and turned into like vicious enemies, bro. Like when I say
Yeah.
vicious, I mean like extremely violent, bro. Like you'd be like, what got into dude? You know what I mean? And that's aside from all the strangers who just may not like your demeanor, or may feel like they're better than you and want to take your spot. Like, bro, it gets real hectic, bro. It gets real weird, for real. And you be sitting back, and I'm a positive type of guy, bro.
Yeah.
So for the life of me, I can never understand how people could be so, you know what I mean, aggressive like that towards me. But I don't know, bro. I think it's just in some people's character. So, like I said, for a A-list celebrity, bro, I can only imagine, bro. For real, man. Man, it's ugly, bro.
Yeah, famous. It's like,
So when you
ugly, bro.
say like vicious, like are they like this?
Death threats and all that,
Oh,
bro.
shit.
Yes, bro, it happens.
And what is the premises? They just be like, "Fuck you," just because it's crazy.
Most people ain't got no explanation, bro. They don't want to explain. It's just straight hate and envy, bro. Like that's flat out red, they eyes just go red, bro. You ain't no reasoning with them, ain't no conversing with them. They just got their mind made up that, you know what I mean, they hate you. Yeah. And it's like the most weirdest shit ever, bro. I swear to God, it is, man. But I can only imagine what they go through, bro. Like, that's why I hated the way Nipsey moved, bro. Yeah. I get it. Like, I get that you feel like you super respected and you got so much love out here, bro. But it's always somebody who just hates your guts because you are who you are. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody untouchable.
And just to add on to something Boosie said, which affect Nipsey, and other rappers led Boosie to say what he said, and that's that rappers generally get killed in their own city.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's fucked up. Like, the place you expect to get adoration, love, and respect from is usually where they bury you at.
You usually end up getting hated by people who know you somewhat personally. Yeah. It's the people who don't know nothing about you that love you the most, and it's the people who used to be close to you or whatever that secretly or maybe even flamboyantly hate you, bro. Like, they just they got to know you in some capacity, bro, to hate you that much.
And just from your opinion, what usually makes people who you are familiar with, even have relationship with, and not just you personally, but just if you was just to think about anybody in particular, what makes them that hate manifest? Because I don't want to say that love turn into hate, because love can't never turn into hate, right? To that degree, I don't believe, to where somebody want to kill you. But what do you think sparked that? Either one of y'all.
I think it'll be that they see something in you that they may need to correct, and it may be conflicting with themselves, so it's like contradicting, and it's like they don't really know how to get that shit out there. You feel me? Not just order that shit, which is crazy, but it's like, so that's what I think it's somewhere along those lines.
I think a lot of it is rooted in insecurity, bro. Just like, it's really along the same lines of what you're saying, though. Just feeling like, you know what I mean, they should be in certain places, envy, you know what I mean? But I think it all starts with insecurity, because if you're secure in yourself, you ain't worried about the next person regardless. So whatever feelings you got that's negative that come about, I feel like all of that is rooted in insecurity.
Being honest, being honest with yourself.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Very thanks.
Being honest with yourself, you can't really feel no way about, what you feel like being projected on you. Like,
straight up.
I'm really saying nothing to you for real, but you feel some kind of attack or something.
Yeah. Nah, for real.
Shout out to Nasir John. He had one of the best quotes, as far as I'm concerned, talking about hate. He said, hate is confused admiration.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of times, man, where somebody like you so much and they don't have that access to you, so it turns into hate. You know what I'm saying?
I can dig that, though. That makes a lot of sense.
And it's that stand type shit. You know what I'm saying? Where, if we go to the Eminem song, or anything, any kind of fanatic, somebody who really like you and like you and like you, but once they feel that love is not reciprocated, man, it turns to hate quick. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad and it's scary. Off top, what rappers that we just run through the last 2 years that y'all can think that's done passed away, and not just heart attack, a la DMX, or some kind of disease, which is Black Rob, but on some murder shit. We had Nipsey, the Mo 3.
Was it FBG Joke or whatever?
Yeah, him. Well, I feel like we leaving people out and shit. I mean, I'm going to
I know we leave people out for sure. Other things we got to
Benny the Butcher got shot, but he ain't died.
Yeah, you fuck with Benny.
Dude.
Cold.
He decent, yeah.
He better than Conway.
They really the same, bro. Honestly.
Same too. Last year.
Yeah, they really the same, bro.
That last Conway shit.
Boosie got shot. Him and Benny got shot a couple days apart in the same place.
And it was not 200. The Mo 3 got killed, right?
Yeah. They was down there. Boosie got shot celebrating Mo 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's crazy though, but people gotta be aware. You know what I'm saying?
It's dangerous, bro. Yeah. I don't know why people think it's so.
That dude from the city, rapper from the city, got killed.
My guy. We talking about Tone Goody?
No,
Tone Goody.
I didn't know him.
He just died yesterday.
He got shot.
Peso something.
Right.
Peso.
Was like
Peso something.
From here?
Yeah, he from here. Peso. So I want to say, I don't know if we came to the podcast or I'm
We lost a lot of rappers, bro, recently.
I seen him at the barbershop. I seen him in the barbershop. Yeah, he got killed.
I don't think I knew him. I mean, I know Ace.
That's unfortunate. That's fucked up.
Yeah, we lost a lot of local rappers
That's
too.
his name, Peso Smack.
I don't think I knew him.
Real quick, before we keep playing audio. Before we're gonna hop into our interview with you, but I just want to play this little clip that Juvvi showing me from Steve Harvey. Have you heard this clip?
It's really could segue into your music because you got a song that's kind of on this topic.
Steve Harvey, he's in the news for speaking his mind, which I don't think he said anything wrong. It's just he's created this image. Hold on, he's talking about his not having female friends. He tries to explain why a lot of people don't get what he's saying. They're trying to lambast him or critique his personal feelings. Just play this real quick. We're gonna zoom through this real quick.
My friends are men. I don't have female friends. I don't. I'm incapable of that.
Why? What do you mean?
Well, because come on.
Because you have a wife.
Well, I have a wife, and I don't really have female friends because look. Okay, let's get rid of this. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. Let's get rid of this. You're an attractive woman. There's some guy somewhere saying, "Yeah, we're friends." No, that's not true. He's your friend only because you have made it absolutely clear that nothing else is happening except this friendship we have. We remain your friends in hopes that one day there'll be a crack in the door, a cheek in the arm, and trust and believe that guy that you think is just your buddy, he will slide in that crack from the moment he gets the opportunity.
No pause.
Because we're
I
guys.
think this way.
99.9% of us think that way.
You got to dig.
Oh, my friends are men. I don't have female.
But yeah. Everybody get the gist of that shit. First off, I want to ask y'all: do you believe you can have a female friend? And I say female. I'm not saying. Hold on. I'm not
Yeah,
saying.
I've been engaged 7 years.
Okay.
I've been with her 7 years.
Okay. Yeah, come on.
Nah, we've been engaged for 5 months, something like that.
Real quick. First off, when I a female friend, a man and a woman just can't hang out together. I do believe that. I believe that you can have a friend in the context of somebody you cool with, but not somebody.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
You can't sit around and talk to the bitch every day. You can't.
Yeah, that shit.
You can't do none of that shit. You
Good
can't
morning.
be going
You
out
going
to
on a
eat.
date? You don't go on a-
It's in our human
you don't go
nature,
out to
bro. If we
breakfast?
talk to somebody every day, bro, like it's gonna be some feelings in their
Yeah.
family. It's in our human nature,
Yeah.
man.
But you work with a female, you see on the job, or
Yeah.
you see a motherfucking female rapper at the grocery store, you gonna rap and talk to her 25, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Hold on, nigga. Why did you single out a female rapper?
I gotta throw it all out.
Nah,
there.
yeah,
You know,
for sure,
the
like-
context is out there.
Yeah, being associates and being friends is different though. I could be associates with a female for sure, but
And how do you define associate?
just like, you know, on the speaking basis, when we see each other, we speak. Maybe we do business together. I mean, you know what I mean?
in a controlled environment.
Yeah, like I can't go like pull up to your house and it's just me and you chilling.
You
You
know,
know what I mean?
texting,
Yeah.
you know, calling.
Yeah.
Because even if it don't start off like you trying to fuck, it's a natural dichotomy or natural thing between men and women where that can occur.
It's
You know what
damn
I
near
mean?
true, bro. Like you always have that thought in your head, like, damn, boy, I crack her. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you may fight it, like, okay, I ain't gonna do that, but boy, if I wasn't with such and such, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's in the man's
You
nature,
can't even
bro.
fight it. How you fight it? How do you fight not fucking? like,
Hey, some
especially
people can fight it, man.
because in a situation like that, you putting yourself in that position for it to happen.
Facts. That's
So
what I'm
you
saying.
not fighting, you just trying to accidentally slide in some pussy
Yeah.
at that point.
She ain't lying, bro. He said 99%. That's about right.
And what I don't think the interviewer understood exactly what he was saying, because the first thing she said, because you married. Steve Harvey like, no, it ain't because I'm married, because I'm fucked. I still fuck because I'm married. That's nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not thinking.
Be sure about controlling myself.
That nigga down there said, oh shit, I am married, but that ain't what I was talking about.
You can
know
tell
what I'm
she,
saying?
you can tell she it rubbed her the wrong way immediately. She got so excited. You know what I mean?
But a man is only as faithful as his options. You know what I'm saying?
Put out all your options.
What I mean by that is, if you put yourself in a position, like you can sit here and want to be with one woman. You can ideally want to be with one woman if that's your thing. But if you constantly out in clubs, you know what I'm saying, you sitting around here and shit, like my main thing is I don't know how men hang around with women
I don't either.
And just say we friends. I'm not saying like
They don't, bro. They be cracking them.
yeah.
God.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say.
I can't speak for all of them because I mean, but it's like still that shit. I'm like, that shit be.
You know how ugly you gotta be for a nigga to hang around with you and don't want to fuck you.
That's all they gotta be, bro.
You know how repulsive you gotta be.
You gotta be ugly with a great personality or something.
If you got a nigga that hang around with you every day, he ain't trying to fuck you. You look terrible. You stink. It's one or the other. It's something repulsive.
Hanging there, if y'all communicating, y'all exchanging that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not even just about men, bro. Because like in high school, we had like this group called Wives. It was a big clan we had, and then we had Lady Wives, and we had chicks who we considered our sisters. But we wasn't attracted to them, bro. You know what I mean? Like we just
Wait a minute.
No, we really wasn't, bro.
Well,
but they were attracted. Yeah, but they were attracted. But they were attracted to us.
Yeah.
So even if it ain't us doing it, they doing it. You know what I mean? Like
Women. When they say they're attracted to y'all, what would they do? Because it's high school, especially when women not as forward. So
they definitely sent us, me and my guy RP Doc. They sent us letters like, hey, we know we call y'all brother, but I ain't gonna lie, like we attracted to y'all. They wrote us handwritten letters, and me and bro was like, nah, you know what I mean? Like,
and was it because they was not physically attractive? Was that it? Because if they was
for
some
me,
pretty,
yeah.
so it ain't really them niggas. So if it's pretty girls and shit, then.
I gotta say this, that's crazy, man, because I'm a passing motherfucker.
Yeah.
So, nigga, I ain't gonna say every female that I hit, but 88.9% of the motherfuckers, I crack them. I crack them because they wanted me to. No, I crack them because they initiated.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. You stand in the corner batting your eyelashes looking cute. Get the fuck out of here. Ain't no nigga got no 89% because she wanted to fuck me ratio. We got no pretty bitches in here. Get the fuck out. So you saying you like the one after 11% of it? Yeah, you ain't that cute, nigga. Get the fuck out of here. This nigga, what the fuck? Oh, that's how you dropping shit, fucking like, bending over in front of her and shit. This nigga, you don't get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Oh, you bend your eyelashes and shit, drinking your fucking icebound water all seductively and shit, wipe your sweat, nigga. Boxing and shit. Hey, you walking in your boxers and shit. Hey, I'm here to just me. This nigga crazy. Hey, this is the biggest stunt I ever seen on here, nigga. God damn.
Hey, I was listening to Woman Scoring though. That's a personal and a real story.
Hold on, let's get into that real quick. Good segue. Good segue. Juvvi just introduced one of the songs from our guest Skypp, which does tie into this, and I didn't get around to that particular song, but go ahead and hit that question.
Man, that's from I don't know if that's your first. I don't know if it's your first album, but
nah, it was
the last. Like I've been on Apple Music, so the last one, the latest.
It was the first one I dropped professionally. Yeah, it's the first one I dropped
professional too. So.
Yeah, my first album was in. My first solo was in 2009.
We're all over the place right now.
Yeah.
We're gonna get to that.
Yeah.
How long you been rapping?
Man, I started like seriously my freshman year of high school, 2006. First time I dropped any kind of music on the CD and sold it.
Yeah. So that's not the start of you actually rapping.
That was it was because that was my freshman year. I was writing all before then, but I never would rap out loud.
That's when I had my first box.
Straight up.
2006.
Yeah. So yeah, I think you might have been a freshman too, or 8th grade or somewhere around there. Yeah, me too.
I trained the whole summer of when I got out of 8th grade. I went to Louisiana and I trained that whole summer. But my boyfriend, he was about to mess when I first started training and everything back.
Sure. Yeah, that was the first time I rapped to somebody or rapped in the studio to drop something in 2006.
And you are from Indianapolis?
Yeah.
How you get started rapping? Like what influenced you?
I think I started writing lyrics because it was a good outlet for me to just speak my emotions and feelings because I ain't had too many people to talk to as a kid. Like I always say, in my house, it wasn't no communication. You got a pat on the back or a pat on the ass. That's how you know if you're doing good or doing bad.
Yeah.
But it wasn't too much talking through it. It wasn't too much lessons being taught. We just learned from our mistakes.
You only child?
Nah, I got a big brother and a little brother. I'm a middle child.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so.
Grow both parents?
Nah, no. My dad, he left when I was like 11. cut out. He just came back in my life about 8 years ago. But yeah, my mom was always there though.
At 11, you pretty much cognizant of what's going around.
Yeah,
So,
I remember he came to the front step and was like, "I'm about to leave." You know what I mean? I can't stay here. I'm on the run.
he told you, tell your mom I'm leaving.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
he
saying?
tried to take me, but I don't know. It was probably a bunch of lies in that, but evidently he tried to take me with him or whatever.
He told you that?
Yeah.
Hey man, I said, come on, you can't play the game. You stayed on the game. You tell me, I ain't got no memory card. I gotta stay.
I think he lied, man. He said my mama wouldn't let him take me unless my big brother went with me.
Is your big brother's son?
Nah, that's why I don't believe that. My mama wouldn't say that because that ain't his son. You know what I mean? So I don't know why she would say that.
Have you ever asked?
Nah, I just let that shit go.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, man. When you get older, man, you find out your mama's a liar. I ain't gonna hold you.
Ain't no telling which one.
We taught to deify women or hold women to a high esteem until you find. And I say a liar and shit, man, respectfully. Cause I love my mama and shit, but man, you find out your mama ain't no fucking angel and shit.
Straight
Cause
up.
we vilify or demonize the men a lot of times.
Yeah.
And not in that particular situation, but when you sometimes you're like, man, I know why the nigga left you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You tight, you intolerable. But
Nah, for real.
on some other shit. So when he left and you 11 years old, what was it like the biggest thing you noticed that changed?
Man, I don't know, cause he wasn't really around that much them last 2 or 3 years before he left anyway.
Yeah.
So, I mean, nothing really changed, man. I just didn't see him as much as I used to. And then when he was gone completely, like he never reached out, but he blamed it on her not taking his phone calls and yada yada yada. But I mean, personally, bro, I'm a kid. I'm out having fun. I'm in the hood. I'm playing basketball with my friends. I wasn't thinking about him, to be honest, bro.
And then just and that's subconsciously.
Yeah.
So when you look back on it as 18 years later, what's some of the things you think that could have went different had he been there? You know what I'm saying? 'Cause we all,
Man.
when we look at our life in reverse and shit, we always start putting pieces together. Like, if this would have happened, this would have happened. And like, what's some of the things that you think you missed out on having him in your life?
I don't know. He was in the streets a lot, man. So I don't know if that would have been better or worse for me. I had a stepdad when he left, so I had a male figure around.
Okay.
But my pops, man, like, even when I was around him, like, he didn't pay me no attention, bro. You know what I mean? He was always high or getting somebody else high. You know what I mean? So it wasn't. I mean, I don't know if it would have been better.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna say it would have been worse either. I don't know if he would have turned into a better man. I don't know, bro. It was just such a toxic relationship. I just don't know where it would have went, to be honest.
Do you have any children?
Nah, no.
Okay. How much do you think that affects your writing? Or at all? So you don't think he had any effect?
Oh, yeah. You talking about him? You talking about not having kids?
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, I definitely speak about not having my dad a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I got this mentality now where I just be like, shit ain't a big deal. But like when I really sit down and like really think, that shit has left me traumatized in some ways, bro. You know what I mean? And I do be sad about it and shit, but I don't really let that shit come to the surface too much.
I remember I used to listen to Jay-Z. Jay-Z about to be 52 in December. But this was a few years ago and stuff, and I hear him lamenting or talking about his father and like how it affected him not having him around. And I was like, man, you 40-something years old. And I'm not understanding how pronounced that can be not to have your father around.
Right.
To where when he did 444, he had a bonus track called Adness, where he talking about his father and stuff. And I think that, because earlier in Jay-Z music, he never talked about his father. I think the first time I heard him mention his father was on the Black album, on the Moment of Clarity song. But do you think, like, the older you get and the more, like, you get, I was gonna say experience, the older you get, the more mature you get, the more you go through life and stuff, do you think that causes you to be able to settle down and think about these moments? And I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself where I want to be, but
You get more sensitive too, honestly.
definitely.
And I think when you become a parent, you think about it a lot more too. I think that's one of the reasons I ain't really dove into it too much, because I ain't got kids, so I don't even know what it feel like to be a dad and stick around or leave. You know what I mean? I might start asking them questions when I become an actual parent. So that's probably what got into Jay-Z, because it took him a while to become a parent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So think about that too.
And just on my Back to the Future shit, I'm gonna hop in this DeLorean and go back to when you was 15.
Yeah.
You dropped your first shit.
Yeah.
Did you have a title for it?
when it was a collaboration. I was in a rap group called Wise Click.
You the same one where you had the fat girls? Or was it
Yeah,
Wise Girls?
Wise Click was the rap group and Wise was the collective of people.
Like Our Future type shit.
Yeah, type shit. And so Wise Click, we dropped three albums. They all was like in the same theme. So 2006 was They Sleeping on Us. 2008 was Rise and Shine, and then The Rude Awakening. You know, so all that Sleeping on Us, Wake Up, yada yada. So yeah, that was 2006, 2009, 2008, I think.
So this a long T-shirt era. Who was influence? Who was your influence when you first got into the game?
For me, it was Cassidy, bro.
Cassidy.
It's just like that whole era of straight bars. That's how we rap back then, straight punchlines.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We was straight punchlines, murder, murder, kill, kill.
You mess with Cassidy now?
Huh?
You fuck with Cassidy now?
He cool, man. He trying to do this battle rap shit.
You don't fuck
but
with
he ain't
battle
really. I love battle rap, but he ain't it.
Cassidy nuts. He's
Nah, bro.
He smacked Hitman around.
That whole battle was whack.
I don't think they received. I think that crowd was shit.
They just ain't grew with the times, bro. Like for like 2010, that would have been a good battle. Now, bro, like niggas is too good to be rapping that premature, bro. Like that shit is really
who you like right now? And this is off subject real quick.
It's a lot of people that's good. I like New Jersey Twerk. You know, he choke a lot.
Yeah,
he choke a lot, bro. I hate that shit. But like talent wise, when I look past the chokes, bro, that nigga really like is really good, bro. Daylight.
Okay, real quick, we fuck them. This ain't the interview, but I'm gonna ask you, Daylight or Lux? They go ahead, who gonna win?
It's gonna be a debatable, bro. It's gonna be a debatable, man. They different, bro. I might have to go with Daylight, bro.
I'm kind of leaning, but the only thing I want to make sure is Daylight rap to Lux. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts.
I want him to rap to each
Such a
other.
wild card, man.
That motherfucker, the way he did, what's your homeboy down in Baltimore?
Tay Rock.
The way he did Tay Rock was gross.
And Tay Rock my favorite battle rapper, so I can admit. But Daylight is different, bro. Like
It's very different.
you can't really,
Very
man.
different. That motherfucker got off.
Even with Tay Rock being my favorite, I was scared for him, bro. Because if Daylight come and rap, you in trouble. Now if he come doing all that extra antic shit, that's different.
That's how come if he just rapping and shit, I'm scared for Lux.
Yeah, because like the thing about Lux, I feel like Lux style is also outdated. You know, he can rap his ass off, but I think Daylight is the modern day Lux. Like he's the new age Lux, and Lux is still like
The only
that
reason
Lux.
I disagree with that is
That's why Lux got killed by Bird, bro. Because like he just ain't
I
good
don't
with
think
the
he got
times.
killed by it. But people, when you expect it to win, man, if you slip up a little bit, people overrate your opponent.
But I'm saying Lux is it shouldn't have been debatable at all.
When Lux and Hollow went against old boy now, Lux can show you his versatility.
I gotta watch it again.
His ability to just
Who they go against?
Gun bars. No, or was it? Yeah, gun titles.
Yeah.
So I think he showed his diversity and his ability to adjust to this era.
That's when Chet's filled in for Surf, right?
Yep. Yeah,
I gotta watch that again.
Check
bro.
that shit out.
I watched it for sure. I don't remember how they came though.
Yeah, hey, you got busy. But fuck them. No disrespect to them. So once y'all did those 3 albums, culminating in 2008, is that when you went solo?
Yeah, I went solo like probably a year after we graduated.
Man, where you graduated from?
Warren Central.
Shout out to you.
Yeah, right around the corner, across the street actually.
Awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, what led you to go solo? Was it just something natural, or was it even kind of?
I mean, it was basically
Differences?
natural because like all that murder punchline shit got old for me, bro.
Yeah.
For all the struggles I went through, I wanted to talk about that shit. And bro, he wasn't on that type of time.
Yeah.
He wanted us to stick with the punchlines. He was like, it's working for us. We shouldn't change nothing up. And I'm like, bro, I just don't like it ain't doing nothing for me.
Yeah.
Like if I'm gonna do this rap shit, it gotta do something for me. You know what I mean? And it just can't be as simple as rapping a bunch of bullshit and selling it and that being enough, bro.
Fantasy rap.
Yeah, like I ain't like that shit, bro. So I branched out because I wanted to get into some struggle shit, bro. Honestly.
Do y'all still deal with each other?
Yeah, that's my dog. Yeah.
Shout out to your
I mean,
homie.
we had our little rocky moments, you know what I mean? But that's my dog.
Shout out to your homie. So, when did you drop your first solo project?
2009.
2009. What was it called?
That actually was The Rude Awakening. So I kept it a part of that trilogy, but it was The Rude Awakening was my shit.
What was the biggest difference you noticed going from a group to being a solo artist?
Shit, just I mean, just being able to move on my own time, bro. Cause I'm a fast worker.
Yeah.
I work fast, bro. And a lot of people like, ain't nothing wrong with it. They take their time and shit, you know what I mean? But I'm more of a like, let's get this shit done. So being able to move at my own speed and not have to wait on nobody or nothing like that. Just being able to experiment and not have to compromise, you know, maybe the way I dress or the way I look or the way I sound.
Yeah.
Because it's all me, you feel me?
And a lot of people don't know, moving from a group to a solo artist, I've seen like it happened to Method Man more than anybody. But when you accountable for 3 verses instead of just 1, did you notice like the difference in that? Was it kind of tough for you to get 3 verses and the hooks and shit, or how many verses?
Nah, it was never hard, but it do get like irritating. Like that's why I like today's music. Like it ain't no rules to this shit now. Niggas is dropping 1 verse and no hooks. You know what I mean?
You like that shit?
I don't dislike it. I think that music should be creatively free, bro. Like everybody shouldn't have to have a hook.
It seemed
you know
lazy
what I mean?
to me. It seemed too
In
lazy
some
and
cases,
convenient.
like for instance, Kodak Black, No Flocking. Like that didn't have a hook, bro. And it was cool. You know what I mean? Like
Never heard that song.
but he, yeah, you definitely heard it.
Yeah.
But I mean, he had.
You heard it.
Yeah.
I don't listen to music all the
Bro,
time.
my mama heard the song. It was the hottest shit in the world.
That's
Told my mama,
They
I'm
call
a
it
healthy
Bodak
kid.
Yellow.
I smoke broccoli.
That's what Cardi B got Bodak Yellow on.
I'm so fucking glad I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. I'm so fucking glad I don't know. I'm gonna go listen to it though, but I never
You a
heard
hip
that
hop
shit.
head though. I ain't mad at
I
it.
say,
Yeah,
like, niggas
I feel you.
The niggas in Paris seem kind of long though, cause they got bridges and shit in it.
Yeah, nah, for real. Like
You
music.
talking about that? You talking about niggas and Pierce, Jay-Z?
Yeah, if they didn't have no bridges in that motherfucker, that'd be like today's type shit.
Yeah, they ain't had no hook either.
They started that shit like really like what they did with that was like the beginning of today's music.
You can hear the fucking talent in that shit though. And when I say I don't like it, when I say I don't like it though, because I think some people use it just, I don't know. I don't want to say disrespecting the game and shit, but it's just so convenient and shit. It's like like I like art, you know what I'm saying? I like talent, whatever. But back to what you were saying though.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of formulas, bro. I think everybody should be creatively free.
And that remind me of mixtapes though. So it's not like something new. It's just like what people was doing on mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? Like a verse and shit, no hook and shit. So I don't think it's new. And that's why I think it's just it's just a simplified.
Nothing
like
under the sun is
everything,
new, bro. You know what I mean?
everything is a fucking mixtape to me today.
Damn
like
near.
most people living on singles. You know
Damn
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For me, I put together like a little short bodies of work. Like if I'm done with it, I'm done with it. Like that's like when some beats up, like that's all I got for that motherfucker.
Yeah. They just don't force it. Just let that shit be, bro.
So I got a lot of small little projects. So it's like,
And this goes to what I was saying about people not being in groups and shit, to where you gotta fucking jog your fucking brain to get these 3 verses and shit.
Yeah.
But so you said this was called Rude Awakening.
Rude Awakening 2009. That was featuring, not featuring, but hosted by my homie, my best friend Doc. He got killed.
Oh, did he?
2011. Yeah.
Shout out to Doc. How old was he?
We was 19.
How did that affect you and your music?
Bro, that shit affects me today. You know what I mean? Like, so 2011, he died on the day my first album released. Rude Awakening was a mixtape. My very first solo album called Written and Directed. I dropped it on all platforms, but I took it down later because of samples. I learned about samples and shit. But he died on the same day, bro. He was like my manager type shit. He was going to IU School of Business, Kelly School of Business for that managerial shit. But bro, my albums after that was called Jaffe and Jaffe 2. Jaffe is his last name, you know what I mean? So it just go to show the impact, you know what I mean? And
how he died?
Got killed over in Lakeview.
In
the corner, Lakeview Apartments. It's crazy because my buddy Swift got killed 2 years before Doc, and he died in front of Doc's house in Lakeview. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm tripping. Swift died in Lakeview in front of Doc's house. Doc died on 25th and Post.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm tripping. My bad.
So this really gonna call me to speed up and talk about some things that you got going on now. I saw you on the WTHR.
Yeah.
With the commercial for the mental health.
Yeah.
What can you talk about that? Like how it's definitely gonna be like a 3-part question. Like far as the mental health awareness.
Yeah.
First off, how did you get in contact with them about that?
I think it was WRTV. I do got an interview with WTHR, but that was WRTV 6. Channel 6.
You know what? I'm shitty because I knew that.
Yeah.
I said wrong fucking call letters.
They it was actually through the company, the therapy company, bro. I'm an actual client of that therapy company, and they was just trying to figure out who could endorse him. And they instead of like, they just realized they had like a mini celebrity as a client. So they're like, well, we can just ask him, you know. And then Channel 6 wanted to approve of me. They wanted to make sure I was a professional person first.
Yeah.
So they had,
Yeah.
And it's crazy you say
like
that.
Cardi B.
It's crazy you say that too. But
Real quick. You said that you are a client
of the therapy company. Yeah.
How did you end up like getting into therapy?
Man, I always was against therapy.
And when you say against, what do you mean?
I just had a negative outlook on it. Like, man, I'm good. I don't need therapy. You know how we are, bro. Like, well, black people, I ain't gonna say we, but it's like, man, I don't need no therapy. I'm good. You feel me? Like that's for people who yada yada. That's how I used to be. Yeah. But then my fiance is a therapist. You know what I mean? So it just took for her to tell me like, shit, it's people with healthy mental mind states that's in therapy. It ain't for people that's fucked up. Like, you ain't gotta be clinically insane to get therapy. So it started with relationship counseling. And once I got in that with her, because she kept asking me for years, I finally did it. And I'm like, damn, this shit cool. And then I'm like realizing in relationship therapy that I'm part of I'm like majority of the reason of every issue in our relationship, bro.
Oh, they got him. They got him. They got him. God damn. Why you standing in a piece down like me? You right, baby.
Yeah, no, for real, bro. Like it was just
damn.
Like how I'm standoffish, how I don't communicate well, and it was all rooted in how I was raised, bro. And then so I'm like, okay, well let me take it upon myself to go get some help, some personal help.
So when y'all it started with relationship therapy.
Yeah.
Was it a female therapy?
No, we had a Caucasian male. We still with him. He good, bro. I like him. So
what was one of the things that he introduced to yourself that you wasn't aware of? You said the standoffishness.
I was aware of it, bro, but it took for somebody to really say it to me for it to really like activate in my head, bro. I knew that I had communication issues, bro. I knew that I was standoffish. I knew all this stuff, but he kind of like asked me certain questions that made me think like, damn, that is why. Like I never said that the reason my communication is fucked up because of my mama not talking to us ever. Like I didn't know that until we started relationship counseling. I already said that in this interview, like, yeah, bro, pat on the ass or pat on the back. But I didn't know that until we started that counseling. Like it brought that kind of shit out of me.
Yeah.
So it just kind of helped me find a root, or at least identify some of the roots to some of my issues. You know what I mean? And then I figure, I guess if I take my own personal therapy, I figure out how to cope with these shits and learn new behavior and shit, so I don't be so toxic. Really, I guess that's the word.
When you say toxic, they got you. Well, they got you. When you say toxic, like what were some of the toxic traits that you displayed?
I just be shutting down a lot, bro. That's really what it comes down to. And I'm like a real smart ass.
You think that's toxic though?
It is, bro, because a lot of shit can be talked about. But I just be so easily annoyed that I just shut down, you feel me? And she's a very communicative.
That's a problem. That's a problem.
Whatever the fuck the word is.
You didn't hit a ball. You didn't hit a ball.
She communicates like a mug, bro, and she talks with a sweet and calm tone. So it's no reason for me to be ready to like get so irritated and turn up, you know what I mean? Like I should just relax and talk. But I ain't got there yet, you feel me?
You still so...
Yeah, like honestly, bro, like...
What? What?
No, straight up, like, damn, like, what's up?
Dude, but is she doing stuff that annoy you? Because when you say that it's you, like...
Man, it's me, bro. It don't be nothing except for shit I don't want to talk about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if she know I don't want to talk about it, I can respond better, bro. You know what I mean? So, I just be easily irritated, man. I think it's all rooted with the music shit.
And when you say you easily irritated, what do you think is like... why do you think you easily irritated?
Because my mind is on my dream, bro. So whenever something comes in the middle, man, and I tell her all the time, like, I'm sorry, but music comes first right now in my life because I ain't where I need to be in order to take care of us.
Well, do you think that because when you can sit there and diagnose it like that, and you say it's because you chasing your dream, do you think that's mental health, or that's just you being focused on what you focus on? Because mental health is some shit that...
It's the latter, but I gotta learn how to respond differently and shit, bro. And I don't know if therapy's gonna help me with that, but I still gotta.
So because there's a lot of time we die. I think.
Nigga, are you a therapist?
Nah, but I know how to communicate. But no, because that's how come. Because one of the things I think that it's a myth that black people don't get into mental health. I just think that this shit not set up for us. Because we dealing with a whole different type of trauma than everybody else.
Right.
And some of the things, especially the things that we deal with, we can't get solutions from a Caucasian white nigga.
Yeah, I got a black there. I got a black
from our relation,
yeah.
and then that's sometimes off too because they going to the same schools as these people, and they not diagnosing us correctly. If I'm gonna say that, I'm not against nobody going to therapy and shit, but I don't think it's a black and white thing. I think that they say things and stuff to make us feel odd or feel like we not a part of the status quo. And so they promote it like y'all not doing the same thing with the vaccines. You know what I'm saying? Well, we gotta get the black people to do it. The black people don't trust. And just as far as the therapy and things, it's like we come from a whole different broken situation. Like how you said with your father, how he just left and how he come back and he telling his story. It's not too many different races or cultures that deal with what we deal with. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we fucking aliens. You know what I'm saying? You tell these mom be like, you amazing and shit. They like, what? Can I touch your hair? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's the only thing I got with that. But aside from that, did it make you, and whatever you did with the therapy, did it make you go into more in depth with your music? Like, did it make you feel, because I come from the era where I like music that I believe. Right. And what I mean, like when I feel like somebody pouring their heart out. Yeah. We fell in love with Tupac because his vulnerabilities on Dear Mama. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm a huge Joe Budden fan because he, you know what I'm saying, he put his shit in his music and shit. You like, damn, this motherfucker. Do you think you closed off in your music, or do you think you able to just empty it out when you rapping? Or have you ever come? Because sometimes that takes some maturity and shit to be like, damn, let me take this deep breath and exhale my soul onto this paper.
Now, I did that from 2011 to 2019. You know what I mean? Straight, like I said, I went straight struggle rap. Like I did that so much, and I think therapy made me not do it no more because I'm like, okay, well now I'm communicating through therapy, so now I can talk my shit on this music. I started cussing again and everything because I'm just like, shit, you know what I mean? I got a therapist, bro. Like I'm able to talk about this shit with somebody else, so it ain't got to be all on my music. And I think my music was starting to get oversaturated with it, bro, to be honest. I think people wanted me to start rapping a little.
I definitely can understand that. But did it feel like, even though, and this is the beauty of music, the beauty of art, where you can express yourself, and you expressing yourself, and this is where I think that it becomes muddled, because one, you start rapping because of the way to express yourself. Yeah. But along the way, it became a point to where, damn, this appeal to people. People think I can rap. People like me. Yeah. So then you get to how can I balance them liking me plus me putting my feelings in the shit. Because when you was first doing it and shit, I can understand the oversaturate, because shout out to another person who got killed, Triple X, or XX. He was overly fucking emotional in music, but it was his shit, and it's a lot of people who felt like they could identify with it and it helped them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So when you was doing this, then did you feel like it was therapeutic for you?
It was, hell yeah.
And like, that's crazy. I mean, it's not
to get that shit out of my system, bro, and to know people like it and relate to it.
That's when it comes fucked up, because you like, damn, I was just telling y'all how I felt inside, y'all like this shit.
Motherfuckers like, bro, man, I got so many messages in my inboxes where niggas is like, bro, I wouldn't have made it to today without you. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what emotional music does for people. Yeah. Now then you got people who like, I just made 100 bands listening to Jeezy, Trap or Die. You feel me? Like music really inspires people to do shit, bro. So that's what emotional music do for people. Like it just make them understand, like, I'm not the only person going through this shit. Somebody else is doing this shit too.
And so when people was telling you that, did it make you feel more responsible for what you were saying?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, like, and that's why I feel what Lil Nas X saying. I ain't a fan of him, but I get it. Like, he like, shit, bro, like, I'm not your kid's daddy, you know what I mean? Like, I don't gotta keep catering to your kids. Like, I'm a human being, I'm a man, and shit, goddamn it, I'm gonna do me. Like, and I understood that from an artist standpoint, because then I'm like, okay, well, you know what I mean? That shit is out there.
The
only
person who would say something like that is somebody who don't take themselves serious.
I don't know, man. As an artist, it's different.
I'm gonna say this. He don't have substance, and he a puppet. I believe that if you go through music historically and shit, even when in the height of the so-called gangster rap era, where they was talking about interviewing Ice Cube, they wouldn't just say, I'm not responsible for raising your children. That's what Charles Barkley said. I'm not a role model, which I agree with. But at the same time, they wasn't on no Lil Nas X shit. Cause the thing with him, he was performing in middle schools, so he piggybacked off of that. So he don't have a right to say, cause you literally went to middle schools and you built your fame off these same children. If you didn't come in, rob, you know what I'm saying? If you didn't ingratiate yourself with this shit, put the cowboy hat on, be the new modern day Cowboy Curtis. If you didn't start off like that, if you just started off, you know what I'm saying, talking about I'm gonna suck the devil dick, nigga, I understand you, nigga. My kids should be listening to you. But when you come in, like you some kind of wholesome person and shit, he can't do it. He can't do it. You, on the other hand, you can tell somebody I'm making my music. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference between, you know what I'm saying, in that situation that I just feel personally and shit. He a troll. He gonna say where the fuck he want to keep his agenda. So I disrespect him in that regard. Because I don't feel like that, because he came in like that. You know what I'm saying? He's like a Trojan horse. And that's how I know he's an industry plant. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing genuine about him. Your project that you just released is King, Indiana. I was listening to it before you got here. And I don't want to say I expected because I had never heard the music. But I was pleased and shit how lyrical it was. Do anybody tell you something like anybody? I don't want to say that before I say.
I've heard a lot of fucking names.
Well, let me say this then. If anybody ever said this, because I want you to say it. And it's not every song, but anybody will tell you that you sound like Obi Trice.
Obi Trice.
You know I'm gonna say that shit.
Yeah, that's the one I hear the most. And
Obi Nice.
I hear Andre 3000, Obi Trice, and
Obi Nice.
Somebody else, bro. But I keep hearing that, and I don't listen to Obi Trice, so I don't know how he sounds.
Like even your voice sound like you know. That's the fucked up thing. That's how come I know it's not you listen to him and then mimic him or whatever and shit. But I was a low key fan of Obi Trice when he came out. He didn't get to coming behind Eminem at that particular point. Shit, it's hard to, you know what I'm saying, distinguish yourself.
I gotta listen to this shit, bro. I probably heard him before, of course, but I gotta listen. You know what I mean?
So yeah, I like that shit. How you get on the song with Ryan Fest and Allison Victoria? Shout out to her. She was part of one of our R&B shit. Yeah.
Allison my homie, you know what I mean? Hometown shit, you know what I mean? Just the homie. We had a record together before with Mark Battles. Shout out to Mark Battles. But yeah, we just needed our own record, so I reached out. And I heard the beat first. Shout out to Shiny D on the beat. I was like, yeah, this is something I can collaborate with Allison on. So I called her up, and then I called my guy Jared Thompson on the sax. And then the song was done.
That was a live sax?
Yeah. The song was done, bro. And then Roundfest, we're part of this company, collective. Kind of like a fraternity, but not really. It's not a fraternity at all, actually. But we are part of the same thing, bro. And he never really worked with any artists in that collective. For a lot of different reasons. But the leader or the CEO of this collective was like, hey, like Skypp is like the real deal, you know what I mean? Like this is what he do. You know, so Roundfest checked out the album, You For You, that dropped in 2019, and he was just like, dude, I really appreciate this, you know what I mean? And he was just like, I want to get on your next album. So,
that's cool.
So I'm like,
that's cool.
So I'm like, how much? You know what I mean? Like, send the song, bro. Send the song. Send it back.
That's fucked up because Ryan Fest a veteran in the game. He got robbed with his song with the Jesus Walks.
Yeah. So, he didn't get robbed though. He got robbed, but he did the song though. No, that was his song.
Yeah.
Like he made Jesus Walks, and
I feel like not saying Kanye robbed him and shit, but as far as the success,
trust me, bro, he ain't complaining because Kanye made that song bigger than Ron Fest could have made it, bro. Just being Kanye, you know what I mean? And
I'm actually just from your.
He got paid for that shit, bro. He good, right?
From your artistic standpoint, say your favorite song that you done wrote, and for the sake of conversation, Lil Nas X comes out and do it, and he out there killing it and shit.
If I got songwriting credits, I'm not tripping.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. No, because that's some real shit. So he got publishing for that shit?
Yeah, bro, so, he got Grammys for that shit, bro.
Yeah, so I'm so wrapped up in the hip hop aspect, I'm not thinking about the, you know what I'm saying, the writing. Yeah. No, just the writing part, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't factor that in, but.
That was Ron Fest's hook. God showed me the way because the devil trying to break. That's his hook. Yeah. He gets credit for the hook.
So but him being an artist, and I don't know how his fame, and this is not even just Ron Fest in particular, but yourself. Could you imagine like you feel like you're the more talented rapper, And now this nigga around here and shit, you know what I'm saying, fucking Kardashians and shit, interrupting Taylor Swift. Do you think that, and I'm not saying him, but do you think that you personally have just a little bit of resentment? Not even if it's personal, but like, damn, why the fuck?
Me personally.
Because that song, that and Through the Wire was the one that catapulted. Those two songs. And he's like, man, I could have did my song like that.
Yeah, but it's different though, bro. Like some people just have a more pleasing image. Some people
meant for it.
Yeah, like Kanye didn't start off as a rapper though, bro. Like that's the thing. Like he got on from other talents.
Right.
So he was just more multi-talented, bro. Like Fest know who his talents. He know he did his shit, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't think he resents that Kanye did it bigger, bro, because Kanye is a totally different person with a different set of talents and different potential, bro. So I think he's grateful for what Kanye did for him, in my opinion, bro. Like, you know, I don't think he'd be where he is without that. So I think he's grateful for it, you know what I mean?
That's the only way to look at it.
That's how I would be. Like, shit, bro, you took the song, you gave me my credits, I got a Grammy, I got paid, and then I went on to do shit. He got Oscars now and shit, you know what I mean? Like that shit.
So you said it still opened up doors for him and stuff that way?
Yeah, he still working with like, we had to push the video back a week because he was out writing more shit for Kanye in Colorado, you know what I mean? So like, the shit never stopped. He still got that, you know.
That's what's up, man. That's some perspective I would have had if you wasn't here,
bro. Like, it's always a backstory and shit, bro. You know what I mean?
Definitely. So what's your motivations right now? Like, what do you want to do? We always ask this shit. You 29, 34 years. You be engaged for 11 years at that point. No, I'm saying. But what's your goal? And it's like, we had a job interview. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Man, the sky's the limit, bro. Like, as far as where I am right now, man, the sky's the limit, bro. I don't even want to speak nothing, you know what I mean, that may hinder what's in store for me, bro. Because the sky's really the limit, bro. Words are powerful.
You ain't got to say shit else after that. Right? I don't want to be like, if I would have told that nigga, I don't wish I could blame me and shit for your limitations. Bro, I only got 1 billion instead of 7.
Shit is looking really good, bro. And I'm grateful, bro. Ain't no telling where I'm gonna be in 5 years, family, for real.
I can dig that, man. I can dig that. In 5 years, you don't want to be just a king of Indiana. That's where I'm not.
That's not where I am now. Like, honestly, the whole album was misconstrued, bro. It's not what people thought. But I don't care how
when you say that. What exactly do you mean? I mean, first off, if you want where I'm going, it's all about competition. So go ahead.
Yeah, and not for me though. I need Indiana to get on, bro. Like that's my number one.
I'm not saying in a bad way. Yeah. I'm not saying that cutthroat shit. I'm talking about where this motherfucker spit this shit. Oh, I gotta spit my shit. He came hard.
A lot of people do feel like that, bro. Yeah. Like a dude just tweeted me yesterday and was like, "I need you to know I'm coming for that spot." And I'm like, bro, you can have it, bro. Like what the fuck? Ain't nothing like that. You know what I mean? But King of Indiana is about recreating Indiana, bro. Like our history is just fucked up, bro. It's like built on racism and shit. Like this is one of the most racist states in the United States, bro. But we don't see that in Indianapolis because it's Indianapolis. But outside of Indianapolis, bro, just about everywhere, bro, is straight clean vibes, bro. Straight up, Indiana is fucked up. So that whole album was supposed to be, it's fucked up, bro. So this whole album is supposed to be, fuck all that racist shit. Fuck all them racist white motherfuckers. This is the new Indiana. That's why I'm burning the Confederate flag on the cover. So motherfucker gonna see it like King of Indiana. Damn, Indiana. He burning the flag. You know what I mean? Like,
do you think more atrocities happen under the Confederacy flag under the regular flag? Do you think it's a difference?
Nah, it's both fucked up. But I'm trying to address what I'm a part of. I don't know.
Because when you speak of just real quick, because when you speak of how racist Indiana is. In which I'm from Anderson, I've been in all kinds of small towns in Indiana, man. These white folks saying everywhere I go.
Yeah.
When you say that, being that Indiana's quote unquote in the Union, and it was under the regular flag, and Elwood at one time was the headquarters of the KKK, and it wasn't under the Confederate flag. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I get it. I just feel like nowadays that's the root of this. Not the root, but like that's just the symbol for a motherfucker who feel that type of way. Like that's what they stand on, bro. Like I got people who didn't commented on my posts, like don't do that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's disrespectful. And I'm just like, fuck you. You know what I mean? Because that's y'all symbolism for y'all hate for us. Yeah. You know what I mean? So fuck it. I'm gonna burn it, nigga. You know what I mean? But they don't wear them fucking. They may do it in private, but they don't wear that shit no more. Now they stand behind the flag.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
the American flag, like you said, is just as fucked up as the Confederate also, but
Wait for them motherfuckers.
that's a whole different conversation. So I'm just I wasn't ready to go there yet.
Yeah, I can dig that, man. What you got anything, any shows or anything coming up? Anybody, wait a minute, first, anybody here that you haven't collaborated with that you would like to?
Man, I'm sure it's a few people. I've collaborated with a lot of people though, bro.
Have you?
Yeah, bro. Man. I guess Debo. I don't know if y'all listen to Debo there, Demetrius. I think he changed his name to that. Yeah, it's probably, bro, I didn't rap with everybody, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
I got so much music. I had a freestyle series called Skypp Saturdays. I started in 2011. I think it went to 2018.
That's
and
dope.
throughout Skypp Saturdays, bro, I just collaborated with so many people, bro.
Yeah.
Ain't much more I can ask for.
Yeah. Well, anybody outside Indiana, just say somebody mainstream that if you could, that you would want to collab with?
Yeah, some of my favorite people was Janelle Monáe, Anderson .Paak, J. Cole, and Buddy. Alive, at least. Nipsey was my number one guy. But yeah, them four, bro, they definitely been my favorite for a couple years now. A few years, really.
That's what's up. You got anything?
Man, shit, man, you really covered everything, man. Yeah, that was a good ass interview, man. You covered all the bases. I just want to say I like that record Cilantro.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot about that one, man.
Yeah, I just added that motherfucker on to my playlist, so I'm gonna be sliding to that motherfucker.
I appreciate it. I'm about to get a video done of that ASAP, man.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that motherfucker hit you, man. Like I said, I listened to the old project I worked out. I shadowboxed that motherfucker. It's 47 minutes long.
Yeah.
That nigga's time, man. This nigga quit rapping. He quit rapping.
Shit, 45 minutes is a cool little time to work out.
Yeah, I'm getting in, man. So it was just certain tracks on there that really stood out to me, but
You gotta come out to the Cilantro then.
yeah,
When you fight, then you gotta come out to that. You know we fight professionally.
Yeah, I know.
Fuck, I'm
in the video, bro.
That's what he already told me.
Yeah.
I'm acting like I'm exposed to something. You know you box.
Nah, yeah, I'm hearing a lot about Cilantro, bro. I knew that would be people's favorite though, because it's the closest to like the modern day sound, but it's still like hip hop. You know what I mean? So I saw that coming.
And German whiskey.
That's that
You
shit.
said something about what stood out to me. You said a bar about selling dogs, selling puppies. You said something.
Yeah. So the puppy
Yeah,
later
I
for
just
some
got into
bands.
that shit.
Yeah, straight up.
So you felt that. You felt that shit.
Nah, yeah, that was a fact. She about to have some more puppies, so shit, we about to get back to it.
Yeah, I feel it. What kind of pups is that?
They them little rich ass Yorkies.
Actually, I got Morky. So
That's what we got.
I want a girl. I want a girl.
That's what
So,
we got.
If y'all, shit, I'm not just.
We gonna talk about this shit off air. Y'all turn this into the goddamn dog show. I'm all left down.
We gotta talk, bro, because that's what my fiance wanted is a Morkie. We got Yorkies, but she wanted a
Yeah, I
Morkie.
got Morky.
Maltese mixed with a Yorkie.
They
Yeah,
fire too.
Look, you put me on the gang. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, we got we got Dachshund, we got Dorkies,
Okay.
Dachshunds and Yorkies.
Real quick. You got any shows coming up?
I just did the March Madness. I just did. I opened for Bun B.
Yeah.
That's my last two recent ones, and I'm in talks with a big tour, a mainstream tour, bro. If I land that shit, it's on. So that's what I'm on right now, trying to finalize that shit, but it costs a lot, so I'm just trying to.
Sky's the limit.
Yeah, not for real,
Can you
bro.
tell people where they can find you and your music at?
Yeah, officialskip.com. Skip is spelled SKYPP. You can follow me, SKYPP317, Twitter and Instagram. And you just Google it. I'm only SKYPP, so it'll pop
The
up.
only SKYPP. You hear that flex? Where's y'all nigga got one P, nigga? I got two.
Straight up, yeah.
Y'all Skype, nigga.
Champ, you been training camp, any noise and shit about what's going on?
June 19th, that's the date. We got an opponent. Contract is in the air. So if the money get right, you will see us in action June 19th at the Hammond. I don't know what's
Horseshoe.
the casino.
Horseshoe
The
Casino.
Horseshoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, they trying to get Malcolm on that card. They trying to get Tappy on that card. So, man, look forward to a couple party buses going out their way. You know what I mean? Turning up. So, yeah, that's what we
Say
training
less.
Definitely be able to check that out. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Shout out to Jason again. He wasn't here. He'll be back next week. Hopefully, he out there making big plans, trying to get something shaking and healing. Thanks everybody tuning in to the best podcast you never heard of. Conceited Nobody. Shout out to Skip for coming through. Shout out to my co-host, Renaissance Juvvi. We'll be back next week. Same bad time, same back channel. Check y'all out.
Sure.